Hello, good evening, everyone.
Happy
Welcome now to our weekend with PsorPhil. This is our 22nd episode with
lain mo yun.
our topic for today, love and commitment. Of course, I'm Coach Hazel from Dumaguete City, and with me is Coach.
Peachy from Laguna.
Okay, welcome everyone to our episode for today. At Coach Peach, I'm very much interested and excited with our topic
Yes.
today since it's about love and commitment.
Yes. So, happy Friday po. Ayan. So, sa word pa lang na payday Friday, ayan. So, papasok na yung commitment natin. So, nakapagbayad na po ba tayo sa mga due date
Yes,
natin?
nandyan si Judy.
Oo, ayan. So, Adulting 101 tayo kanina. Ayan. So,
Yes.
interesting din yung topic natin kasi in a way, I know na connected po siya sa word na commitment. Actually, kinostume ko siya nung Halloween, commitment. Kasi madaming natatakot sa commitment eh. Di ba?
Yeah, kahit ako, I'm afraid of the word commitment. Kasi sa
Oh.
ngayon, hindi ako ready mag-commit kasi wala naman akong
Talaga
ika-commit.
ba? Sa
Okay,
akin,
so
okay
when
lang.
we hear the word love and commitment, ano kaya ang nasa isip ng ating mga viewers? Well, that's for sure.
Yes.
We want to find out with our guests. Medyo big word yung commitment kasi pwedeng
Yes.
you are committed but there is no love at all. Or
Ay, may
love
hugot.
exists but there is no commitment. So ano ba talaga?
Paano kapag walang label? Ayan.
Yeah, pag walang
Paano na?
label. Yung
Oo.
MUs, eka nga.
Ano
So,
lang,
siguro
understanding
yung
lang, ganun. Nag-assume lang tayo.
as Okay,
Oo.
so we are very much excited with our guests in a while.
Yes. So, ano siya, Power Pack Friday, ayan. So, it's not everyday na ito yung guest natin, ayan. So, ano siya din siya, maganda din siya for couples and then of course sa mga single dahil mapapasana all tayo tonight. Ayan. So hindi lang power couple, napaka-celebrity look-alike din ng mga guests natin, 'di ba?
Yes, I know
Ayan.
for sure with their experiences, with their current situation and current status, we'll be able to get some insights and tips coming from this
Mm-mm.
couple.
Yes, baka malay mo bukas, 'di ba? Makapag-commit na tayo bukas dahil sa
Ayan.
talk nila. Ayan. So maging instrument sana sila or tool na ma-enlighten tayo at ma-encourage tayo na hindi naman pala nakakatakot ang commitment. Ayan. O 'di ba? So #WWP commitment po ang gagamitin natin for tonight. So let's spread the word. So dahil nga po jam-pack yung topic natin. So wag na natin siyang patagalin pa. Ayan. So ito po yung power couple na guest natin. So, una ko silang napakinggan actually. Sa training, nung nagte-training ako for sa coach, sa pagiging SOR coach. Ayan. So, naalala ko pinagda-drawing pa tayo ng dati. Yung parang, ang na-drawing ko parang baboy. Ayan. So, may meaning pala yung, yung parang dun sa drawing na yon. So, definitely bona fide, speakers na sila. So, they are respected on their own accomplishments and achievements. Ayan. So,
Yeah, I also learned a lot from them kasi
yes.
I attended master classes
Mm-mm.
with vertical parallel Asia and I've learned a lot
Yes.
of things there. And I really admire this couple. Talagang,
Lumalaban kay Ding Dong at Marian eh.
yeah.
Power couple kasi ayan. So, quick trivia. So, they are the founders of Vertical Parallel Asia. Ayan. So, sobrang close din siya sa PsorPhil family. So, parang hindi na sila iba sa atin. Ayan. So, niyakap nila tayo ng buong buo. Ayan. So, let's all welcome. Pwede na po ba? Ayan. So, ang ating power couple na sana all tayo tonight. Ayan. So, the Magalong, si Mr. and Mrs. Luis and Jennifer Magalong. Ayan.
Hi,
Hello.
Sir Luis and
Hello.
Sir Ma'am Jen.
Dong at
Kumusta? And
Hello.
welcome sa ating episode ngayon.
Ayan. Good evening po. Ayan. So,
Good
diba,
evening,
first-
Peachy and Hazel.
Evening.
Yeah.
Good evening,
Welcome.
PsorPhil.
Evening.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you,
Ayan.
Kabalat.
Opo. So,
Yeah, Ma'am
thank you.
Jen. Excited na ako sa mga ipang-share mo ngayon.
Yes.
Ah,
So,
lalo na sa mga tips siguro. After
oo,
this, I hope
tips.
I'll be
Paano ba
able to,
makakuha ng isang Luis
yeah,
sa
makakuha ko
mundo
ng
ng
tips.
Gerald Anderson ngayon, di ba?
Mamaya.
Baka makakuha tayo ng tips dyan. Ayan. So,
Pinupulot lang yan.
ano lang to, parang kwento-kwentuhan lang kung may mga chicharon po kayo dyan. Ayan. Mani-mani, ayan. So, kwentuhang ano lang po,
Yan.
casual. Kasi sabi nila, pag kwentuhang love, ano lang daw eh. Mas nakaka-relate tayo ganyan. So,
Correct.
lalo na payday Friday ngayon. Ayan.
Yes, masaya tayo. Payday.
Opo.
Okay.
Oo.
Nung single daw, di ba? Sa'yo yung money mo. Ngayon,
May ka-share ka
may
na.
share na daw.
Kasi happy
meron
wife,
ka ng
happy
kahati.
life.
Yes.
Tama po ba yun, sir?
Yes, I agree.
Na ang pera
Sige.
ni Sir Luis ay kay Miss Jenny pa rin, ang pera ni Miss Jenny ay kay Miss Jenny pa din.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Hindi, may iba akong kwento dyan mamaya. Sige.
Sige
Tanong
po,
niyo yan
ayaw
mamaya.
naman.
Tanong niyo sa amin yan. Maganda yan pag medyo finance ang pinag-uusapan.
Ay, sige, ayan. So, maganda may usapang ano rin, pagbabudget.
Oo,
Ayan.
correct. Kailangan yan sa pagmamahal.
Kailangan ba? Well, narinig ko kasi Jen, sabi ni Hazel kanina, tsaka ni Peachy, commit. Yung word na laging paulit-ulit kanina is committed. No?
Nga.
So, siguro yung topic ba?
Oo. Pero medyo kinabahan kami dyan sa commitment na yun.
Opo.
Pero, kaya natin yan.
Opo. Kinosyum ko po talaga siya nung Halloween. So, baka hindi na po ako matakot ngayon. Ayan, commitment.
Ang
Ayan.
giling nga. In fairness, ngayon ko lang narinig yun. Pwede na pala siyang i-costume ngayon.
Opo.
Ayan.
Isang malaking commitment. Ayan, takot na po yung mga tao. Ayan, so, paano ba natin start to? Ayan, so, paano po ba kayo nag-start? Ayan.
Sige, simulan natin sa love story. Ayan. So, paano ba nagsimula ang aming love story? So, ayan. Hello po pala sa inyong lahat. Ayan. Good evening po muna sa inyong lahat dyan na nanonood sa atin ngayon sa PsorPhil. So, yun sabi ni
We're
Miss
live,
Peachy.
diba? Sa
Oo.
FB page ng
Yes.
PsorPhil. So, yan. If you have questions, sa ating mga
Opo,
viewers,
ang dami
diba?
na nga pong nagko-comment. Ayan.
Marami
If you
na ba?
Ayan, kung may questions, comment nyo lang. Tapos, sisubukan namin sagutin. Kung hindi kaya, babalikan na lang namin kayo.
Bukas na. Oo. Mga next Valentine's Day, mga ganyan.
Meron pa po
Ayan.
tayong 5 hours. Huwag po kayo mag-alala.
Ano lang naman to, di ba?
Opo.
Ayan, so, sige, simulan natin sa love story. So, anyway,
Sige, ikaw magkwento.
oo.
Mas maganda pag galing sa'yo. Eh.
Para at least walang bias, no?
Para may Korean style.
Oo. Parang may konting affection yung pagsisimula, pero medyo kilig factor. So, actually, hindi ko alam kung nakakakilig yung start namin, pero actually, I actually have a long relationship before him. Actually, almost 10 years of relationship. And then finally, nung nakita ko siya, may sinag ng araw.
Oh,
May sinag. Paano mo nalalaman ang the one? Ganun siya, may sinag.
So, yun yung
Ayan.
sign.
Oo. Tapos, lagi niya ako ini-invite for coffee. Pero medyo matipid siya kasi vendo machine. Sa office kasi kami nag-meet. So, magkaiba kaming ng division. Siya walang buhay, ako may buhay. Kasi life insurance, tapos non-life
Oh.
insurance siya. So, wala siyang buhay. So anyway, napaka-friendly niya kasing tao. So lahat ng floors sa building namin, kaibigan niya. So parang feeling ko naman, friends lang talaga din kami. Baka lahat kasi in-invite niya magkape, pero sa vendo machine, so mga tig 15 pesos lang yun. Medyo matipid siya doon, no? So, ayun. So, doon lang nagsimula yun. Tapos later on, kasi lagi siyang dumadaan sa training room kasi nagtitraining na ako before talaga. So, lagi siyang dumadaan sa training room. Gumagawa siya ng way, di ba? Wala ka ng choice. Ako nagkukwento. Ayun. Pagkatapos nun, later on, yun yung parang courting part namin. So, it took us few months and then eventually, ayan, naging kami na. So, you and I against the world. May pagkaganong
Ay,
type ba?
yun yung type na
Oo.
nag-propose ka na maging
Oo, maging tayo.
Maging
May
tayo.
uso ngayon. Hindi Conservative ako.
okay.
Ayun.
Conservative na,
So,
okay.
ayun, so eventually, ayan, ano kasi medyo celebrity siya. Tapos ako naman,
Ay.
shy type ako. So,
Hindi celebrity, Miss Congeniality daw.
Mr. Congeniality siya. So, very friendly talaga siya. Tapos ako naman, although nagtitraining ako, medyo mahihain ako. So, hindi ako masyadong friendly sa Siya kasi parang anyone. Tapos, marami din nagkakagusto sa kanya eh. So, so deadma lang ako. So, parang baka mapagkamalan akong isa sa member ng fan club niya. So, hindi pa uso na masyado K-drama nun. So, yun. So, pwede na. Tapos yun na, nagsimula na kami dahil sa coffee lang. So, lahat ng coffee shop around our area, na-try na siguro namin. So, yun siya. So, eventually, nagkaroon kami ng relationship, naging mag-boyfriend kami. And after 1 year, ayan, eksaktong 1 year, we got married. Ayan. So, sakto yun. Pero mahaba pa yung engagement namin kasi 1 month pa lang engaged na kami. So, we waited na mag 1 year kami before we finally got married. So, ayun siya. O, di ba? May konting pala.
Love story
Maganda pala siya.
kung gusto ipo-pursue.
So, may waiting part pa rin. So, may courtship pa rin kami. So, maiksi lang yung aming parang, legal part. Pero yung courtship is yung during mag-boyfriend, girlfriend talaga kami. So, we get to know each other. So, eventually, after a year, ayan. Yun na yung portion na nagpapaalam kami sa mga magulang namin. Ayan. So, yun na yun. So, tapos we get to know each other. Tapos, yun yung mga kilig times namin. Tapos, yun, after 1 year, kasal na kami. Wala na kaming choice.
Wala na magagawa na. Wala na choice.
Ma'am Jen and Sir Luis, since our topic is about love and commitment, ito ang unang tanong ko. Because definitely you are together because of love. Now, how are you going to define love?
Wow.
Ay.
Sir Luis. Sir Luis talaga.
Tinatawag ako ng anak namin. So, ikaw na dyan sumagot.
Medyo mabigat agad yung question.
Oo nga. What is love? Pwede bang i-define na lang natin yan? Love is...
by autograph.
Oo. Medyo actually alam nyo, when you invited us, hindi namin first time na nag-share about love and about relationship, ganyan siya. So, pero it's one of the most difficult things in life. 'Di ba? Parang lahat naman tayo, meron tayong love na ini-express sa kahit na sinong tao, 'di ba? So, pero sa amin, in our relationship, so ang love sa amin para siyang it abounds understanding. Kasi yung love na yan, nagpo-progress siya, nag-evolve siya over time. So, parang, sabi ko nga kanina, may courtship pa. Iba yung love ng courtship. Iba yung love na nagsisimula kayo sa marriage. Iba yung love na hino-hone nyo siya together. So, I think, love is a work in progress. Ganun siya. For me, yun yung definition ko ng love.
Yun talaga pag babae na dahil sinasabi. Joke lang. Alright. I think for me, if you to define it, it's more of when you get the level of getting married, it changes. So to define for me is love is one word lang for me. I think one word is unconditional. So it becomes unconditional. So, hindi ko alam kung...
That is so true. Totoo yun. Unconditional siya.
Unconditional siya. So,
wala siyang...
Ilang years na po ba kayo kasal?
We're married for 11 years. 11 years.
Ay,
11 na siya.
yes.
So, we're going on 12. So, this year, 2021. So, tapos plus our boyfriend-girlfriend relationship na 1 year. So, 12 years na kaming magkasama at committed sa isa't isa.
Yung nagiging committed. Kumikitid na ba?
Kumikitid na ba?
Kumikitid. Uy, pwede yan in fairness.
Yung
Meeting na
12th
ngayon.
wedding anniversary daw po, silk anniversary siya. So, ganun pa rin ba ka-smooth sailing ang relationship or paano nyo po na parang napanatili na, ayun, 12 years?
Wow.
Oh, 12 years. So, sige. Ako nasagot. Bilis lang, konti lang siguro ulit.
Na paano ako, no?
No, silk pala yung 12. So, thank you. Buti na lang.
Oo nga.
But I think, for us, it's not smooth sailing. Like, yung kwento ni Jen, we got engaged in a short span of time. And then, after that, that's where we learn to get to know each other. So, iba na kasi yung yung magkasama na sa isang bubong, you get to see the real, the authentic person beyond the, hindi naman facade, pero beyond the Jen that I know and beyond the Luis that she knows. So, this is something that is really difficult, especially when times that so ano lang, gusto ko na emphasize. Kasi for us guys, we do have parang ang lalaki after work, minsan may downtime. So, yun yung usually na nakuha ko through the years of learning with other couples then. So, it comes to a point now when a guy is gets tired from work, so may downtime po. So, yung downtime na yun yung mga isa sa mga bagay na hindi minsan naiintindihan ng spouse, right? So, and then because it's a fusion of culture, minsan common things sa pinag-aawayan, like bigla na lang, pagkatapos mag-toothbrush, sino yung huling gumamit? Alam mo kasi saan ang hawak ng toothpaste, di ba? Nasa baba o nasa gitna. So,
Mga little things na pinag-aaway.
So, from those simple things up to the more complicated ones na with the schedule, with who's doing because Jen is, of course, siya yung mas ma-detail, and then ako, okay lang yan, sige, you don't worry about it, you shrug it off. But until knowing Jen, and then in the middle of I think with the marriage, so we get to understand that your own personalities would surface. And then that's where you get to understand each other and choose to commit. Not committed. Yan.
Parang hindi committed ang relationship.
Oo, para hindi committed, para lumawak, di ba?
Okay, now you discussed, Jen and Sir Luis, about love and commitment. Should these two must go hand in hand to have, a perfect relationship?
Oh.
Love and commitment.
Tayo, what the answer?
Actually, alam mo, yan eh. When you love a person, sabi nga ni Luis kanina, it's unconditional. So, when you love a person, sabi nga nila, it's not an emotion. It's a decision you make. So, decision is equivalent to commitment. So, parang din yan, parang love for work. Parang nagiging passionate ka sa work mo pag in love ka sa work mo. 'Di ba? Pag nawawala, parang napapagod ka, nasi-stress ka sa work mo, nagwo-wear out yung love, 'di ba? Parang may kulang, parang ganun yung dating, 'di ba? Or parang nakakapagod na siya. Parang hindi na siya yung kung paano mo siya, yung kilig moments mo nung nag-uumpisa ka, iba na yung niya, 'di ba? Iba na yung feelings niya ngayon. So, ganun din I think sa marriage. So, hindi siya perfect. Hindi siya palaging, alam mo yon, parang plateau lang siya. So, meron siyang up and down. So, with that, dahil unconditional siya, pag sinabi natin unconditional, para sa akin siya binibigay mo siya ng kusa. So, pag binigay mo ng kusa, yung commitment na yun, sabi nga, 'di ba, parang no matter what, hindi mo siya susukatin. Kasi nga, unconditional siya, 'di ba? So, parang pag may...
Ang sarap pakinggan.
'Di ba parang love mo pag may anak ka, in love mo yung anak mo, sabi mo unconditional. So, kahit minsan nasasaktan ka pag may ginawa siyang mali, love mo pa rin siya, 'di ba? Naiinis ka, nagagalit ka, pero love mo pa rin siya.
Gusto mo itapon.
Oo, kahit gusto mo itapon, sobrang kulit, ganyan. Pero, ganun parang, yun yung sinasabi ni Luis na nagsusurface yung personality natin, kung paano tayo dinesign ni God, kung anong klaseng tao tayo. Pero, parang you juggle around that kind of personalities, of that culture, yung values nyo. So, yun yung commitment. So, wala siyang boundaries. Wala siyang definition para sa...
I remember that there's this one time, may isang episode kami ni Jen na ako personally, I believe during the early stages of our marriage, na sabi ko, dapat pag nag-away tayo, dapat hindi tayo matutulog nang hindi tayo nagkakabati o nagkakayos. So, yun yung initially. And then, because Jen, she also held on to that concept. So, all the while, akala namin tama siya. I mean, no offense to the others who believe in that. But the truth of that is, sometimes you get to, because you held on that concept, minsan, along the way, ipipilitin mo matapos. But we encountered this one time na hindi talaga namin ma-resolve. So, then we understood that at times, we have to be sensitive enough to let go of those concepts. Because meron tayong mga initial understanding na, pag kinasal ako, there's a concept within us that the marriage and having this family is supposed to make me complete. So, that's one thing. And then after that, going back to sa yung sinishare ko, nakita namin, hindi talaga kaya na mag-ayos before you sleep. We would rather think about it within ourselves, reflect on it, and then realize and come to understanding by ourselves, of course, with praying to God na, Lord, hindi this has to change. So we tend to adapt on that one na we need to have this, if we forgive or we ask apology, it has to be more on the authentic side. So yun, we understood that
sincere siya. Yes.
So isa lang. Naisip ko lang. Sorry,
Yes, kasi na, as a single po kasi, so palagi kong naririnig yun sa mga couples na kailangan nga daw bago matulog, so as much as possible na resolve na yung issue. So parang refreshing siya na, na parang depende rin naman sa feelings or dun sa ano man yung issue ninyo. So parang refreshing lang siya sa akin na hindi naman kailangan siyang madaliin. So as long as sincere naman kayo doon sa kung ano man yung dapat na i-resolve.
And one thing, Coach Peachy, tama yun. Sorry, I just wanted to add up this sa sinasabi mo. Kasi minsan, there are tendencies that along the way, it will, if you make it up, tas sabihin mo lang na you ride on that concept na, sige, magbati na tayo. And then eventually, after that, it would become one of your emotional pains. Na eventually, pag nag-away, huhugutin mo yun from your past. Naalala mo yung dati na nag-away tayo? So, mabibring up yun. So, hindi pa pala siya healed. So, similarly, di ba? Yes. Iba yun when emotion goes surface, di ba? Yes. That's why in PsorPhil, di ba?
Tawa ng mga words na hindi dapat.
Yes.
Ayan. So, di ba? Refreshing. Ayan. Kasi single. So, hindi ko nga po alam kung bakit ako nag-host ng topic na to.
Alam ko yung host.
Ayan, buti na lang po talaga na kayo yung guest.
Yeah, I think kaya tayo ang nag-host para at least if we go into a relationship, ready na tayo to fall in love and be committed.
Yes.
Ayan. So, since 12 years na po kayo, since 12 years na po kayo, if you will, parang babalik kayo din sa mga teeny bopper years ninyo, so ano po yung sasabihin ninyo sa concept ng love? So ano po yung sasabihin niyo doon sa 18 years old Jen, or ayun po, babalik kayo doon sa, parang si Zac Efron lang po nung at 7. Ayan.
Gusto ko yung tanong mo, no, parang siya, parang back in time, no, nung bata pa. Pag bata ka pa, actually, alam mo, ngayon, pag nakakakita ako ng mga younger people, na nagkakaroon sila ng relationship, tapos nakikita namin yung gestures nila, o kaya kung basically kasi physically, parang na meron kang parang may perception ka, anong klase kayang mag-boyfriend to? Tapos ilang taon na kaya sila, mukhang nasa college pa lang, yung iba mukhang nasa high school pa lang. Minsan meron akong mga naiisip, tapos iniisip ko, pag i-share ko na siya kay Luis, parang naririnig ko yung sarili ko, parang 50 years old na ako. Yung ganun, parang ang babata nyo pa, pagkatapos lumalabas na kayo dyan, dapat magtrabaho muna kayo, o dapat 'Di ba? Parang i-honor niyo yung parents niyo, pinaghihirapan na yung tuition fee niya. Something like that, no, to that effect. Pero I come to realize na pagbata pa kasi tayo, no, especially kung kayo may mga anak kayo na nasa ah, nasa teen years nila.
Ayan yun.
Kaya nyo maigid eh. Hindi kasi, di ba, parang iba na ngayon yung environment natin. Iba na yung culture natin. Tapos, of course, meron na tayong mga na-adapt na kultura ng iba, di ba? Lalo na, lagi tayong nanonood ng mga Netflix, yung mga ganyan. So, na-adapt natin siya. So, parang feeling natin, oy, ano yan, peg ko yan, or bagay yan sa akin, or mahilig na tayong gawan yan, di ba? Ayan. So, para sa akin, alam mo, it's really about maturity. Relationship is really growing in maturity, growing in years, growing in the people you encounter. So, pero habang bata pa, I think dapat parang maging aware tayo dun sa atin, yung values natin as a person, yung pinapakita natin na image. And then, of course, we have to protect and guard our hearts, diba? Parang, lang yan eh, hindi yan binibigay kung kani-kanino. So, kung paano ka pinapalaki or pinalaki ng parents mo, ganun mo rin dapat ibigay yung love. So, you handle love with care, diba? Parang fragile siya. So, I've come to realize, actually, thankful ako kasi yung parents ko, ganun sila ka-strict nung younger years ko. So, hindi rin ako nagkakaroon ng relationship ng mabilis or basta lang magkaroon ako ng relationship. So, something like that. So, yun yung sasabihin ko sa sarili ko na nag-grow na ako, nag-mature na ako.
Wow, ang ganda naman yan.
Pakis nga. Ako naman, for younger years, I mean, for teenagers, huwag mong madaliin, maghanap ka muna ng trabaho. Excuse me. Yeah, it's true. If you're young, huwag mong madaliin. I mean, there are other priorities. Eh. So, minsan akala mo, ito na yung mundo mo. So, if you're a teenager, of course, I would advise you to what's your end in mind? How do you want to see yourself in the future? Yun yung una. Pangalawa, you're too young. Unahin mo muna, there are other priorities. Mahalin mo muna yung ginagawa mo. Strive for that. And then, of course, you have parents, di ba? Other priorities, wag mo na yun. Find a job because you need that. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, I'm gonna say it again, kung teenager ka, mag-aral ka muna, maghanap ka ng trabaho. Kasi pag mag-asawa na kayo, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, ay, pwede mamaya na tayo kumain. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin. O pag magbagok yung anak mo, di ba? Mamaya na tayo magpa-hospital. Hindi pwede, no? Kailangan natin ng gagamitin natin or resources natin. If you are in the middle, or I think you're working, you're young adult or young professional, what we advise is that you seek, you forge friendship with other people who are married so that you get to understand how it is. Sabi nga nila, di ba, experience is the best teacher. And second is the experiences of others are also the best teachers. So, yun, seek mentors who are married so that you get to see how they do it. So, kami rin, similar with us, we do have mentors na older with us. And if you are married, I think, dagdag ko lang, be in a community who will be accountable with you as well. So that meron accountability. So whenever na magkahiwalay kami or we do have problems, hindi kami pupunta sa kaibigan namin na kanya-kanyang kaibigan namin who would share their biases na ay, mali talaga si Luis dyan dapat ganito, ganyan. Or mali talaga si Jen yan. We go to people, individuals, or sorry, not individuals, but couples who can mentor us, who can see us clearly and hold us accountable. So kaya pag, di ba, sinasabi namin na, okay, sige, when we are away from each other, for example, we do have we have a training sa ibang place, the best thing to do is put the picture of your wife para hindi ka mababae, di ba? To make sure, lagay mo yung picture ng biyanan mo, di ba? Di ba? Bantay ka lalo. So yeah, those simple things, yun. And then, I think, may naskip ako kanina, sorry, nagiging ako madali. When you get to a point, I think when you're a young adult and then you forge into relationships, you get to learn how to overlook things that when you get married, yung mga bagay na pabebe, di ba? Hindi, you get to overlook those things because the unconditional love supersedes those. So, yun. So,
Oh,
yun.
ayan.
So, if you have questions, type nyo lang po sa comment section
Opo,
para host,
yes.
no?
So, post lang po kayo ng mga questions. Ayan. So, medyo
Oo nga. Gusto
napakaganda
kong
po
basahin
nung
mamaya yung questions nila eh. No? Sige,
oh,
gawin natin
isa-isahin
siya.
po natin siya. Pero, ayan, mag-break po muna tayo, ma'am, sir. Ayan. Para
Sure!
po kapag ano tayo, makapag-ipon pa tayo ng lakas at mga kwento. Ayan. So, balik po tayo in 5 minutes. Ayan.
Sure,
Break.
see you!
Sure. 5
Ayan.
minutes.
5 minutes.
NCD, the non-communicable disease, takes more life than anything else. 71% of people die of NCD. It's even higher with the low to middle income countries like the Philippines.
Psoriasis is one of the risk factor that can develop into non-communicable disease like diabetes and cardiovascular disease.
I am living with psoriasis for almost 19 years. Psoriasis is more than skin dip. I saw it spreading all over my body. And then when they told me that it is psoriasis, I asked myself, what is psoriasis? And then when they told me that it is incurable, my life turned 360 degrees. I don't like to go out anymore. And I'm worried that my sons will get it too. It's devastating. My husband has the biggest role.
I want her to be happy, to let her feel that I'm really supporting her.
He's the one introduced me to Psoriasis Philippines. Every one of them has the disease that I have. So I feel that I found the place where I belong.
Psoriasis Philippines as an organization has been very lucky to have as many volunteers in the forms of patients themselves. IFPA is our umbrella organization. They teach us how to talk to the government. They teach us how to lobby. They teach us how to ask for the things that we need. Psoriasis Philippines and IFPA share the same vision that no human must suffer from psoriasis.
Here in Rizal Medical Center, we have partnership with Psoriasis Philippines. Our goal is really to improve their quality of life. Awareness is very important. People will think that you are infectious. Psoriasis is not a contagious condition. It will eventually develop comorbidities. That's the reason why we are really advocating early management of psoriasis. The problem is access to medicine. Usually the kind of patients who come over are the poor ones. It is very expensive to treat NCDs because these are the lifetime diseases. Psoriasis Philippines, they have this rescue network. Patients in severe form, they will bring it to our institution.
So many dreams has been stolen by psoriasis. The mental health is very important for us to be addressed because a lot of us get depressed, get anxious. Many years ago, I've experienced the same thing. I lived like a hermit. It's very sad. We're going to rescue a boy tomorrow. So, 5 o'clock, pupuntahan kayo nila ng team. This is so severe.
Masakit na yan.
We'll try our best to save him.
Nalaman ko po na psoriasis ang sakit ko nung bata pa po ako. Nakapekto po ang karamdaman ko dahil hindi po ako makalabas po dahil nahiya po sa aking karamdaman. Pumapasok po ako dati pero napahinto po ako dahil po sa sakit ko. Nalulungkot po dahil hindi po ako nakapag-aral ng kagaya po na sa iba.
Usually, once we see the patients and manage them appropriately, we see drastic improvement for 1 to 2 weeks.
Masaya po ako at nagkaroon po ako ng lakas na loob na umasa na po sa kagaya ko ng karamdaman. Hindi na po
It's very important to talk with someone. It's like having a lifeline. Psoriasis is more serious than most people think. Patient must be helped. Policies must be crafted. You need to care for humanity. You need to care for their health.
Kami ito yung break.
Okay, hello, we're back.
Back.
We're still watching Weekends with PsorPhil with our topic, love and commitment. But before we proceed further, I think we need to greet our viewers.
Yes. Basa po muna tayo ng mabilisan lang, mga. Ayan, meron dito galing kay Sir Pong. Wow, matured. Ayan. Picture ng biyanan, panalo. Ayan. Tapos, ano pa ba? Miss Hazel, ano po ba yung mga nakita nyo?
Good evening kay Rinaldo Pirauta. We also have our regular viewers, si Girlie Allen Cruz. We have Marivic Donato Baker. Then, I've seen some friends from Dumaguete City. Salamat sa paglanta, taga Dumaguete, o mga members sa Dumaguete Psoriasis family. Razel Babiera, thank you for watching. And of course, Reverend Pastor Magnolia Mendoza, thank you, Max, for watching. And then, we also have our, of course, regular Marcox Deraco. Then, we have Jeffrey Sapoco. Who else, Coach?
Remind ko lang po regarding dun sa donations natin. So, you can send your donations po. We do have different platforms. So, pwedeng through bank, KPDO, we find ways. PayPal, ayan. GCash, Paymaya, ayan. So, konting tulong pag pinagsama-sama ay makakapagbago ng buhay ng ating kabalan. Ayan.
Okay, so Weekends with PsorPhil, Tumblr for a cause. Should you wish to donate a minimum of 1,000 pesos, you'll be able to receive a token of appreciation. We have our Weekend with PsorPhil Tumbler.
Yes.
Now, it's a durable and quality made of stainless steel that can handle hot and cold beverages. And it has an official logo of Weekends with PsorPhil. Naka-tumbler ka na at nakatulong ka pa. And you can contact Coach Liza and TG Mollets in this number, 0922-8085-708, 0917-427-297, and 0939-640-7252. So, with your purchase of our Weekend with PsorPhil Tumbler, you'll be able to help our fellow Kabbalats.
Yes, ayan. So, balik po tayo sa ating power couple. Ayan. So, basa po tayo ng mga comments. Ayan. So, yung iba parang more of yung parang mga comments sila dun sa discussion po natin kanina. Ayan. So, meron po dito galing kay Miss Girlie Allen Cruz. Do you believe that accepting each individual flaws or differences is one of the secret of a happy married life?
Yan, Miss Peachy.
Opo.
Yeah. Actually, alam mo, in any relationship, wala naman talagang perfect and wala naman perfect fit. Yun yung mga ideals natin ng younger tayo. Parang, the one, di ba? Yung parang perfect match. Parang, siya, pag sa reality at pag nandun ka na sa marriage, marirealize mo, hindi pala ganon. Hindi pala about pagiging perfect ng tao kasi you will realize how different you are. When you are in a marriage, you will see how the other person na binigay sa'yo ni God is entirely different with you. Siguro syempre meron kayong meeting of minds. Meron kayong mga parehong nai-enjoy nyo. May mga bagay kayong pareho nyong kinaiinisan or something. Meron ganon, may mix. But because sabi nga natin, when you're going into a marriage, these are two different people from different values, di ba? Different family, different backgrounds. So, basically, magkaiba kayong tao. So, pagdating nyo dun sa marriage, dun yung marirealize na hindi kayo pareho. Kasi tapos sasabihin nyo, how will you love this person? Eh, hindi nga kayo magkapareho ng mga perspective. Tapos later on, meron kayong mga pananaw sa buhay na kailangan yung harapin na talagang magkakaiba siya. And I think it's really more of respect. No? So when you love the person, you give that respect to that person. So kung magkaiba kayo, basically you just have to accept that that person is different.
Oh, yeah.
And you are also different. You don't force it to the other person. Dapat ganito ka. Dapat pareho kita. O, hindi mo siya magagawa. So,
I think it's one thing. Yung sinasabi nila na we wanted, early pag kinasal kayo, sabihin mo na, willing ako mag-change for you. But eventually, alam mo yun, it would just go in a shorter period. Because you cannot change for the person. I mean, you change because you wanted to. Because this honors the Lord in your marriage. So yun yung concept nun. The second is you don't force the other person to change, to conform to your standards, because it won't happen and it will never happen. Yung conforming with each other, hindi yun eh. More than that, you get to understand that these differences between the couple complements eventually if you look at it in a facet that is, alam mo, in a godly way. Kasi minsan, pag kinasal kayo, di ba, sabihin mo, she's the one. Ayan, my one and only. Pagtagal ng kasal, my one and another only. So, nagiging dalawa na, di ba? So, yun, di ba? I mean, di ba, may kanta nga, di ba?
yeah. Kasi pag-iisipin mo, no, meron mga perfect sa umpisa, sobrang in love sa umpisa, tapos later on, nagpo-fall apart. It's because of our differences. No, nagsisimula siya sa magkaiba tayo ng maraming bagay. So, ayun, nagiging na siya. Nagiging separate lives na siya later on. From love to hate na siya. So, yun. So,
in connection po dun sa question na, dun sa statement po yun, may mga panahon po ba na hindi mo na mahal yung partner mo, pero how do you handle, yung parang gusto mo na siyang batuhan, tadsyakan, yung mga ganon. Pero how do you handle the conflict and yung problems?
gusto ko yung si Peachy talaga nagtanong nun. So Peachy, pag ikaw ba, babatukan mo tsaka tatadyakan mo. But you know what, sa totoong buhay, sa marriage, mapipil mo talaga yon. I don't know with you, may mga marriage na may iba-iba tayong pinagdadaanan. Di ba? May iba-iba yan eh. Kasi meron tayong struggle sa buhay. Yung iba, relationship, iba work, iba commitment nila for other things. Okay, pwedeng finances as well, ganyan. So, magkakaibang bagay siya na hindi kayo magkakatugma. So, for me, parang yung marriage, you have to stay in love with your partner. Kahit na nararamdaman mo yun minsan parang na out of love ka. No? So, kaya nga siya commitment eh. Kasi minsan, hindi naman everyday nandun yung kilig factor mo. Pero because you have decided to love the person, you committed to love the person. So kahit hindi kayo okay, love mo pa rin yung person na yun, di ba? Or kahit malayo kayo, naka-ano yan eh, parang naka first thing in mind mo na I'm committed to this person. So bago ka lumingon sa kaliwa at sa kanan mo, dapat maisip mo muna kung ano yung center ng di ba, ng relationship mo.
Oh yeah, to add on that, I think yung conflict, yes, we reach those conflicts, and I think dumaan na kami sa conflicts na yun na we're in parang may mga times talaga na 'di ba na gusto mo talagang awayin, 'di ba? Gusto mong ingod-god, 'di ba? Gusto mo, 'di ba? But aside from that, yung black and blue bruises that you get to have. I mean, pero hindi pa naman nangyari 'yun, 'di ba? Pero more than that is the emotional black bruises. I mean, yung mga masakit na salita na nasasabi nyo because of you become unguarded do sa mga sinasabi mo, you don't filter what you say. Kasi nga, akala mo, kasi kasal na tayo, so dapat maging totoo tayo sa bawat isa. So sasabihin ko lahat ng gusto kong sabihin. I'm gonna tell you, sabihin ko kahit masakit. Yun. We reached to that point, but honestly, sana nga, pwede ko sabihin na hindi kami dumaan. But dumaan kami. So it was a point in us that we really have to take it. It's really a hard pill to swallow. Na I have to keep in this. I have to keep this relationship, not because of other people, not to please other people, not to please, I mean, the friends or the people that I lead, but rather it's a choice that I made. We made to una to honor the Lord. Second is because we believe that we signed a covenant, not a contract. So we signed a covenant and we will stay in the covenant, not the contract. So yun.
Wow, nice words. Gusto ko yun.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yes.
we all know that there are a lot of trials and challenges in marriage life. Now, how do you keep your love or marriage burning?
Gusto ko yung tanong na yan. Alam mo, may magandang part si Luis kanina, may mention siya kanina na something na unique siguro about our marriage. Meron kaming couples actually, na we're accountable to them and ganun din sila sa amin. But iba-iba kaming age or iba-iba kaming generation. So may younger couples, meron naman na nandun na sila sa part na lolo na sila, no, meron na silang apo, and we learn from them. No, we learn from each other. These are people na pag sinabi natin na accountable, these are people who will not judge you. 'Di ba? Pag nagsabi ka, "Oy, alam mo, may problema ako sa husband ko, kay Luis, ganyan-ganyan." So, you find people that you can trust. People na who will be accountable to you, who will not judge you. So, yung pagiging burning ng relationship, we learn from them. Meaning to say, parang it's an everyday commitment na kailangan din namin siyang gawin. So, may mga days hindi naman tayo palaging parang happy. So, there are days, of course, na marami kang work, parang ganyan, and you have forgotten your time with your spouse. So, I think dapat may date time. Alam mo yun, meron kayong inaalat na time just for you to parang talk. Yung parang kung paano kayo nagsisimula sa relationship, kailangan meron kayong quiet time nyo together.
Oh yeah, I think I would like to add on to sinabi Jen. Aside from the fact that you make it a point sana, alam mo yun, to have dates even if you're married. Second is you give space to each other. Space in a way na you know when the other person is tired, alam mo yun, you give that space to her. Because parang me time yan eh. So it's a time for her or him to alam mo yun, do what he loves. I mean, not love but want to do on that downtime kumbaga. So you give that space, and I think the third one is accept that you cannot always resolve yung problema ng partner mo. So yun, understanding that both of you can be vulnerable, and both of you can help each other, and both of you needs other mentors and community would support your marriage.
Well,
Wow, thank you.
meron po bang parang minsan na parang may red flag or merong sign na parang ing parang malalaman mo na yung partner mo parang nawawala na yung burning sensation or yung love or yung commitment? Parang
Nagiging
ganon.
cold na, parang ganon.
Opo.
Parang
Marami. Oo.
parang mga ghosting sa iba. Sa mga mag-boyfriend, ghosting. Uy, sa marriage, uso din daw yun. Nag-ghosting. Alam mo ba yun?
Hindi ko alam yun.
Na-lost siya. Oh. Kailangan nanonood ka kasi ng ano eh.
Nung K-drama. I think one thing is siguro one indicator pagdala ng spouse mo yung cellphone sa CR, di ba?
Oo. Pwede. Oo, meron siyang parang medyo secretive siya. Or ano ba yung mga red flags? I don't know. With us kasi, hindi naman namin siya na-experience, no? Pero seeing siguro from experience and other people's experience, yung mga red flags usually yung sabi ni Luis na pwedeng ganon, secretive siya, hindi mo na alam yung mga ginagawa niya, hindi na siya masyado nagkukwento katulad ng dati, medyo irritable na siyang kausap ka, no, pag may something na i-share ka lang, ganyan, parang laging galit or defensive. So siguro yun yung mga red flags. And you also have people we know close to us na may ganon, may red flag sila sa relationship nila na nakikita nila yung signs na parang na-fall out of love na sa akin yung partner ko. So, medyo challenge siya talaga.
Siguro sa akin, I think one red flag would be, before you label it as a red flag, what you do is you reflect on that instance or reflect on that incident and pray that you get to have that wisdom. Kasi minsan, especially when you grow mature in the marriage, minsan it's not falling out of love. It's more of, yun nga, sabi ni Jen kanina, nagpa-plateau. Or minsan, dahil nga may mga changes na sa marriage life nyo, time and season, and then your bodies get to wear down. Minsan, you have to be cautious also in honoring yung marriage ba, or you're just honoring yourself at this time. For example, if you get intimate, if you get intimate in bed, it's not because for the sake that you're pursuing such lust. It's more of it's because we still share the love that God has gifted us. Parang gano'n.
Yeah.
Nice naman.
Ganda
Connection
naman
po
yun.
dun sa cellphone, ayan. Kasi palagi siyang ngayon, 'di ba? Parang source of argument, ayan. So sa mag-asawa po ba, is it okay na for example, si Miss Jen po kakalikutan yung cellphone um, ni Mr. Okay lang po ba 'yon or dapat parang privacy na 'yon sa inyo? Or dahil nga po married kayo,
Na-experience mo ba yun?
Sabi ni Jen, ay, pati nga phone mo, anong GCash number mo?
Nagbago ka ng
Gcash,
kailangan
kailangan
din maaya yung mga ganyan.
Anong GCash pin number mo? Ililink ko lang sa Lazada.
Automatic payment pala. Hindi, pero you know what? It's one of the things that even not in
Cellphone
marriage,
Cellphone
pag
muna.
cellphone, no, even in marriage, even in not in marriage, no, even if you're not married, I think it's one way for you to see if you trust the person. Private property niya pa rin yan. So sa mag-asawa ganun pa rin. Meron pa rin kayong mga personal yung bagay na hindi nyo naman pwedeng i-share all the time. So yung cellphone, I don't think it's a good habit, no, na checking on the phone of your partner. May mga times na
Kasi ko yung nagdududa. Kasi ginagawa mo daw siya.
Then may mga friends ako na may ganong kwento na dahil nagdududa sila, of course, darating sila sa point na titingnan na nila yung phone. Pero before siguro dumating dun sa point na yon, yung trust issue, you check on that first, no? So again, love and commitment are joined together, and commitment is trust, no? Commitment is about trust. So when you trust someone, you communicate with the person. So kung nagda-doubt ka sa kanya, rather than checking on the phone or laptop or any personal things, you ask the person, you talk to the person. Kung sa tingin mo na hindi pa rin siya nagsasabi ng totoo, again, I will go down pa rin doon sa trust. Pinagkakatiwalaan ko ba siya? Ako yon. It's me. It's not me questioning him. It's me questioning my capacity to trust the person. So,
and I think also, sorry. Sabi nga, di ba, we always say, we judge others by their actions, but we judge ourselves by our intentions. So, yun yung sinasabi ni Jen na parang you check your intentions. Baka you're just you judge others because yun yung action nila without understanding really what's the context and intention. So baka you have to ask that question to yourself when you do those things.
So yun. So wag mga likot ng phone.
yes.
I've experienced that one before. Kahit boyfriend pa siya, kukunin ko yung cellphone at tingnan yung messages. Hindi pa uso sa FB
Baka
na.
may picture, no?
But anyway, we have a question from our viewer coming from Marichong. Paano po kaya pag nabawasan na yung love ng tao sa iyo, ili-let go mo na ba siya?
Wow!
Paubaya.
Paubaya ba to? Hello, Moira? Pwedeng pakikantahan mo na kami, no? Meron naman nakitang memes na ganun eh, paubaya o pinabayaan. Paubaya ba talaga o pinabayaan? So, ano ba? Ikaw?
Paano po kaya na
Paano po kaya
Nabawasan na ang love.
yung love ng tao
Let
sa'yo?
go na ba?
Let go mo na ba?
sorry, I have to be honest with that. When you ask that question, magandang question. Thank you for that question.
Miss Marichu?
No, I think like what I've shared. You check the first, the intention. Second is you forge relationships or relationships with the opposite sex. You check your intentions. Is this for me? Kasi this is what actually we believe in. It's not two of you being together, being one. Rather, these are two individuals already complete, making a decision to be one. Okay? So, hindi kailangan kalahati ang bawat isa. You have to be whole before you commit. So, once that happens, yung question yun, nababawasan na, honestly, yes, because emotions yun eh. So, emotions yun. But, you have to see the context of that one. So, i-let go mo, asawa mo ba yun? O, I assume this question is for ano lang yung boyfriend, girlfriend, no? So, you talk about it, and then since ito this is a good advice. If you are already a couple, and then you feel those things, you pray about it. There's no better way than to seek wisdom from the one who invented love. From the one who invented the unconditional love. So you pray about it. It's because God, if God doesn't want you to be together, He will give you the discernment or this discerning heart na to let go, or yung paubaya nga na sinasabi.
Pinaubaya.
So yun, I think yun, you seek wisdom. Remember, knowledge and wisdom is magkaiba po yan. Knowledge is that you know that pag love is giving your heart to the other person. But if you look at it in a wisdom perspective, love is being unconditional. Love is looking beyond the mistakes. Love is a sacrifice that you are willing to give your life for that person, just as the inventor of love is. Yan po.
Speaking of paubaya po, ayan, bigla kong naalala po. Si Mister ba kailangan ipaubaya niya lahat ng pera kay Mrs. dahil siya yung administrator? Or kailangan po ba na parang, parang half, ganon, 50-50?
Okay, adulting 101 daw para sa mga adulting 101. I think you assess, this is one thing that the couples have to do. Before you get married, you have to be honest. One thing na di ba? One thing that you have to be honest with those kind of things, the finances, di ba? Yung mga previous financial obligations, you have to be honest with each other. So, once you get into a marriage, you assess kung sino yung mas magaling sa paghawak ng pera. So, it could be the husband or it could be the wife. Kasi, what if kung the wife is not the mas magaling maghawak ng pera? So, what happens is maubos yung pera. Diba? Let's be practical. So, assess kung sino yung mas best or mas better humawak ng pera, and then entrust that money. And then with regard to, I think may second question dun eh. If you have, you allocate naman personal, yung parang personal funds or petty cash na tinatawag sa kumpanya para sa bawat isa naman. So, halimbawa, ito meron kang ganitong amount para for your spending. Ito hindi na to i-question. Sa'yo yan, you spend that, di ba? Merong ang tawag doon,
discretionary.
Discretionary, di ba? Kumbaga, di ba? So, ganun din sa other spouse. So, but for the money na, you entrust it to the better spouse who can handle the money.
Yes. Dalawang klase daw ang pera. Para masaya at saka para mabuhay. So, yung para mabuhay, yun yung needs. Para masaya, yun yung sinasabi niyang discretionary. So, para masaya yung wife mo, dapat meron kang discretionary fund. So, ganun siya. Pero, tama yun. Parang, ang pera talaga sa marriage, kailangan pinag-uusapan siya. hindi siya, o ikaw na lang maghawak ng pera, or sige, ikaw na mas magaling, tapos later on magsisisihan kayo na sabi ko dapat ako na lang humawak ng pera kasi naman pag ikaw ganyan magastos ka or something. So yun, tama yung sabi ni Luis, I agree with him, kung sino yung mas better na kayang mag-handle. Hindi na siguro tayo masyadong traditional mag-isip in terms of finances, handling finances. So yun.
Wow, gusto ko yun. Sana all.
Sana all.
Hindi kasi medyo hindi makarelate kasi we as single who are independent, medyo alam namin kung paano gastusin yung pera, maghanap ng pera. So, siguro it will be strange for me if I do be committed to someone na hindi niya iriringit sa akin yung pera kasi I used to have the money. At saka, again, as what I've said, independent. So, medyo, pero it doesn't mean na kukunin mo lahat ng income niya.
Yes.
But mayroon ding itira para sa kanya. Kasi we don't know, mayroon siyang expenses na hindi every day, every moment, hihingi siya sa iyo.
Correct.
Ayun.
May hugot.
May pinanggagalingan siya.
Opo.
Yes.
Meron akong isang tanong kasi I'm a type of person na silosa. So does it mean na if you are jealous to somebody, there is love in it? Like it's sa partner mo, gaya ko, silosa ako. Do you think love really do exists because with that jealousy? Kasi yun kasi ang rason ng iba. Kaya ako nagseselos kasi mahal kita.
Oo nga, lagi sinasabi yun na. Minsan yun yung sakatan natin mga women, no? Pag nagseselos tayo, ibig sabihin, love natin siya. Alam mo yung jealousy, it's also part of our, tawag natin wireframe. Yung parang, kung paano tayo na-build. But it's also about security. When you are secured, meaning to say, sinabi sa'yo ng partner mo that the person that he loves you, sinecure ka niya doon sa love na yon. So again, babalik siya doon sa trust, no, na big word. Pag bumalik siya doon, hindi matatanggal yung feeling of na magsiselos ka. One point in your magsiselos ka. So again, yung sabi nga ni Luis, it's about your intention. So kung nagsiselos ka, you have to validate your emotions. You have to put it into the right perspective na yung pagsiselos mo ba ay it's helping the relationship grow, or yung pagsiselos mo would eventually parang tear you apart. So depende yon. So I think jealousy will always be part of a relationship. But again, wag natin masyadong i-grow yung ganong emotion sa heart natin kasi hindi na natin siya matatanggal later on. Magiging habit na natin lagi magsiselos at maghahanap tayo ng para siyang fault finding, 'di ba? Maghahanap tayo ng fault doon sa ka-partner natin. So I know I am not I'm not judging, at saka nangyayari 'yun sa atin. Pero ako kasi hindi ako ganun na selosa eh. Pag magsiselos ako, sasabihin ko na siya. Parang ganun. Pero hindi na siya through actions. Some women are really showing jealousy through talaga actions and gestures. So wag na lang natin siyang masyadong alagaan yung pagsiselos natin. Kasi pag inalagaan natin siya, parang no-overwhelm ng jealousy yung love and trust natin dun sa person.
Hindi, you wanted to add, sorry.
Go on.
Just to add up also yung parang when you get married, of course, or when you're in a relationship, it's like cultivating, kasi tito na. So planting na. So what you do is the jealous part, yung mga pagsaselos are the weeds of the garden. So what you do is you take it out, because at the end of the day, it would always be you focus, yung focal point natin is yung halaman na gino-grow natin. So ano ba yung gino-grow mo? Yung weeds ng selos at ibang bagay. Kasi minsan, you give that permission. Pag naging selos ka, ibig sabihin, may karapatan na mag-selos yung other partner. So what happens is, eventually, yun yung magiging paraan para the both of you would fall apart. Kasi nagselos siya, may karapatan ka, dahil may karapatan kayo at gusto nyong maging fair, what happens is that sige, gagawin ko rin to. And then eventually yung katabi mo yung katabi mo sa opisina na dati hindi mo napapansin dahil nag-aaway kayo nung boyfriend mo. Yung katabi mo ngayon, mas napapansin mo. Eventually, kayo na yung magkasama sa cafeteria. Eventually, kayo na nanonood ng sine. Kayo na yung nagde-date. yung
Haba, ang bilis ng mga pangyayari.
diba? So, yan.
May scenario na.
May scenario na, di ba? So, you cultivate the real plant, not the weeds.
Okay, going further about selos niyan. May panahon na bang nagsiselos kayo sa isa't isa? How did you handle it?
Yes.
Ngayong mga panahon na to, ang pagsiselos namin yung oras ng anak namin. Parang pinagsiselosan ko pag nagsuspend ng time sa kanya yung daughter ko. Para mas ganon. Pero sa ibang tao, meron time na nagsiselos ako but I rather keep it to myself. Hindi ako masyadong hindi ko siya masyadong ginagawang source ng parang galit sa kanya. So, parang, yun nga, again, I validate my feelings. I validate my emotions kung tama ba yung, ba't ba ako nagsiselos? May ginawa ba siyang...
There's one, yes, we I mean, there are episodes of that one, early, nung hindi pa kami married, when we were dating. There are episodes, alam mo yun, si selos or but we have, it's, yun nga, mahirap siya, especially pagka kailangan siya pag-usapan ulit, but we have to face that kasi parang hindi na namin siya balikan kapag nag-away kami at hindi na siya huhugutin from the past. So, hindi na dati ganyan. So, we once and for all, we discussed about it, and then of course, we said sorry, we apologize, and we ask God to heal yung part ng yon so that we don't bring it out again kapag nag-away kami. So, yun sa anak ko anak ko lang
yan. Nagsiselos na.
Kasi parang we make it a point. My kid is a girl, so I tried to make a point na to show her na what the date is so that early on her age, pag medyo tumanda-tanda siya, maintindihan niya that ganito pala dapat ako i-treat ng manliligaw ko. So, I have to define that kind of date, that kind of relationship to my daughter at an early age. So that hindi niya matututunan yun sa ibang tao.
Hahanapin niya muna sa family.
Yes. Siguro po last question dito po sa comment section natin. Commitment sustains love or love sustains the commitment? Galing po kay Miss Vicky Torres.
Wow. Lalim ng hugot na yan, ha? Alam mo, siya, ang ganda ng question mo.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you for that wonderful question. Parang Miss Universe ang peg natin dito. Commitment sustains love or love sustains the commitment? Again, going back to sabi natin commitment is not a feeling, it's not an emotion. So, when you love a person, you really make that decision to love the person. So, again, it's your giving your trust, and your commitment to that. So, pag sinabi mo naman love sustains the commitment, alam mo, parang sa akin, sabi ni Luis kanina, before you go into a relationship, no one completes you except your family and except God, 'di ba? Minsan kasi 'di ba meron tayong pag nanonood tayo ng masyadong mga love stories, mga ganyan, you complete me. Mga ganyang peg tayo. You
Jerry
complete
Maguire.
me. Oo, Jerry Maguire.
Matanda tita ka na talaga.
Oo nga, pang tita lang din. Pero na-realize ko later on na it's not supposed to be the other person completing you. Before you parang have a relationship, you should be complete first. Hindi mo hahanapin yung kulang sa'yo sa ibang tao. Kasi mahirap siyang, lagi mong susukatin, di ba? Sabi ko kanina, lagi mong imi-measure yung ibibigay niya sa'yo. Lagi kang merong performance appraisal. Parang ginawa niya ba to? Laging may checklist, parang ganyan siya. So, I think, I've learned something, no, that love is a sacrificial commitment. So, love will always sustain your commitment because if you love the person or if you know how much loved you are, kung gaano ka kamahal ng family mo, kung gaano binigay sa iyo yung love na yon, and gaano ka kinomplete ni God dun sa love na yon, 'di ba? You can give it to the other person, 'di ba? You cannot give what you don't have, sabi nga, 'di ba? So, dapat kaya mo siyang ibigay. So, love sustains that commitment. So, if you trust the person, you're giving that love to him. If you don't love the person, then sabi mo, I'm not committed to you.
Ako naman, I define, sorry, may opinion din, no? Ako naman, I just wanted to define, gusto ko yung question, but allow me first to define yung commitment kasi it's your choice. It's it's a choice done by the mind. The love is a choice done by the heart. So this should be for me at the onset of the question is this should complement each other. So the commitment and the love. It could be the love is a byproduct of the commitment that you do. And love can be the byproduct. The commitment is a byproduct of love. Similarly, for example, if for our coaches, diba, when you coach your mentees, diba, as a PsorPhil, diba, was there love there? But you do love what you do. So the commitment to do that part when you hear when we help the PsorPhil, the coaches, yung mga tinutulungan natin sa PsorPhil, di ba nandun yung commitment? Commitment becomes authentic this time. So it's a byproduct of the love that you have for what you're doing. So on the other part naman, on the other spectrum naman is the love that is a byproduct of ano ba yung word ko, byproduct? But the result of the commitment. Along the way, pag matagal na yung pagsasama nyo, chances are you fall out of love because that's the emotion, but the commitment part comes in or kicks in because that's the choice of the mind that you're doing. So eventually the love will sustain for that matter.
Ganda naman nun.
I've learned a lot from our
May winner na.
couple here. Alam mo, I think this will be in preparation for those who are still single and
Yes.
planning to fall in love and be committed to someone. Di ba? Dahil marami tayong natutunan sa kanila. And who knows, one of these days, di ba, Coach Pichi, makahanap tayo ng the one.
Yes.
Oo
And
naman.
then we will be ready again to fall in love.
Yes.
And
Hindi ko na
be
i-costume yung
committed.
commitment sa Halloween party. Ayan. Ready na tayo. Ready
Horror.
na po tayo. Ready na
Meralco
tayo
Bill,
direct for mature roles. Ayan.
Yes.
So, siguro po last na lang, pang closing natin. So ano naman po yung message ninyo sa isa't isa? Ayan.
Ako siguro, for me, I would like to share na, especially in marriage, no, na, love is, love triangle. Yeah, love triangle siya. Why? Because, these are two people in love first with God. Yan, ganyan siya, di ba? Yung, lagi nila sinasabi, parang love, God is the center of marriage, or God is the center of any relationship. And that is true. So if you will check your heart, you will check everything that you do, yung mga decisions natin sa buhay natin, whatever affects your relationship with your husband or your wife, it boils down to, parang do you honor God with that? No, would you think na God would be happy? And if that is, if your answer is yes, syempre yung sagot nun sa atin will also be a blessing to our family. If we honor God, He will bless us even more. If we honor God with our relationship, He will actually, if you read that in the Bible, if you honor God with your relationship, in your marriage, God will bless you more. So, kaya kasi namin parang it's a balance of two. Itong left and right mo are the two people working together in a marriage or in a relationship, and then you center that on God. So I don't think hindi mo na kailangan maging perfect, hindi mo kailangan maging complete kasi yung circle na yon will always be complete eh. So yung flaws nyo, you will always try to understand your flaws and differences. It will always be there. Tapos yung mga struggles nyo, ganun din po, you and I have our own struggles and challenges. Di lang tayo nagkikita, hindi natin ipopost sa social media. But you will know that what kind of relationship is based on what kind of love you have for God. So yun po.
Ako po, I just wanna take off from where you're left. Sa kanya yung triangle, ay pyramid, di ba? Sa akin naman is the inverted pyramid.
Oh, wow.
You invert the pyramid, understanding that God sustains and God holds your marriage. So, understanding na hindi ikaw yung pundasyon, rather God is the foundation of your marriage or the relationship that you're having right now, gives you a deeper understanding where you get your love, where you model, where you follow that. Rather than understanding other love from other aspects, you understand that kind of love is unconditional love given by God. And understanding that the God supports and holds your marriage gives you peace. Peace.
Yeah.
Ay, wala na po. May background music pa.
Oo nga, parang
Uy,
Parang na-speechless ako.
Opo.
But anyway, Ma'am Jen and Sir Luis, how are our viewers able to contact you?
Okay. You can find us, of course. We call ourselves, we have our page, Magalong Talks. Tapos meron din po kaming Vertical Parallel Asia. Ayan. So, sabi nga po kanina, yan, we do a lot of programs and events na we hope na could help a lot of people sa personal growth nila tsaka sa professional journey din nila, yung career, ganyan. So, yun po yung ginagawa namin. So, you can just visit our page. Yan. Pwede nyo rin po kami i-add sa Facebook para madagdagan po yung friends namin. Ayan. So, Jennifer Ignacio Magalong Facebook po siya, si Luis Magalong. Yun. Pero madalas po, dito lang po kami nag-post na kami ay married. Madalas po makikita nyo kami, sinasabi namin magkapatid lang po. Ayan. Para maiba naman. Hindi. Joke lang po yun, Ninoy, Yes.
Kasi akala ko talagang wala kayong relationship kasi I remember sa training natin sabi mo hindi kayo kaano-ano. And then in the end, nalaman ko na mag-asawa pala.
Oo. Hindi, gusto na lang namin maging magkapatid kasi wala po siyang kapatid. Tapos wala rin po akong kapatid. So, minsan pretend na lang kami. So, yun po. Uy, hello pala kay Ate Virgie. Hi, Ate Virgie. Ayan.
Thank you. May comment si Ingrid. Ay, sorry. Binasa ko yung Facebook.
Thank you po sa mga
greeting,
nanood. Ayan.
May greet.
Ayan. So, ang dami pong mga comments. Ayan. Mga napapasana all.
Sana all. Ayan, PsorPhil Dumaguete City. Hello po. Good evening po sa inyo. Ayan. Nangingialam po kami.
Ano tayo host, di ba? Sabi ni Aurora Magpirang, true, marriage is really more of commitment.
Yeah.
Parang host na yun.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Ayan. So, thank you po.
Basically, I've learned a lot of things tonight sa episode natin. Sana darating ang panahon namin ni Peachy na ma-apply namin ang what we've learned from you both.
Yes. So, always
it's not too
put
late
Jesus
for my
as the
part.
center.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's God's perfect timing. So,
Yeah.
ganun din po siya talaga. Everything is God's perfect timing, di ba? So, darating yan.
There's a reason.
Magsashine siya, Miss Hazel.
Oh,
Ay, kailangan pag nakita natin yung siya, glowing, shining, yung mga ganun.
yeah.
Yes.
Alam natin kung anong gawin natin. Kung sakaling, may sakaling nga, darating ang panahon na yan.
Yes.
Yun.
Hello kay Star. Hi, Star. Ayan, nabasa ko yung comment ni Star. Ayan, namimiss ko na kayo pag yung personal, di ba? Pag nagte-training tayo. So, we're really humbled for, thank you for inviting us. Ayan, thank you, Mr. Paul Mendoza, for sharing our Facebook page. Ayan, Magalong Talks in Vertical Parallel Asia. Salamat po.
Pahabol ko lang po, ito yung magandang comment. Tiwala lang, Coach Hazel at Peachy, magkakajowa din kayo. Tiwala lang, tiwala.
Sana.
Tiwala.
Sana.
Oo.
Ito talaga si
Na-inspire
ano.
tayo eh. Ayan. So,
Yes.
dapat i-apply natin yung natutunan. Bukas na bukas din.
Oo.
Ayan. Kaya dapat
Parang
po,
nagpalit
ayan.
lang ng damit. Oo, ganun lang.
Opo.
Pag
Sige,
may
thank you so much
i-share ko
po.
dito sa Weekends with SorPhil.
Yes,
Thank
ayan.
you,
So,
ma'am.
opo. So, samahan niyo po kami uli. Ayan. Bukas. So, meron pa po siyang part 2 ng relationship goals. So,
Yan.
sa mga hindi po nakahabol sa atin, so, meron naman pong replay. Hanapin niyo na lang. Ayan. So, search niyo po sa Psoriasis Philippines. Ayan.
Okay, you can also check our official YouTube channel. You just have to search SorPhil channel. And please don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you will be able to be notified whenever there will be new videos to be uploaded. And again, this is your host for tonight, Coach Hazel, and with me, our first timer, na parang hindi
Yeah.
first timer,
Oo,
Diba?
grabe.
Kinabahan po,
Professional na
syempre,
professional.
Dumagal. Ayan. So, bukas
Thank
po
you
ulit.
po.
Ayan, napasarap po ang ating kwentuhan. So, exactly 8 o'clock in the evening. So, live streaming ulit po tayo. So, may we request our broadcast team. Ayan. So, thank you po. Our guest to join us on the screen. Possible po ba yon? Pwede ba siya dito?
Ayan, baka sagutin siya.
Okay, so once again, we would like to thank Ma'am Jen and Sir Luis. We hope to see you tomorrow kasi kasama ako sa conference tomorrow.
Yes. Oo. Yung pala, we have a conference tomorrow. Sorry, Miss Hazel, singit ko lang. Meron kaming business and leadership conference tomorrow. So, if you wanna join, we're offering that for free. So, bongga po yung mga speakers natin dyan. So, sana comment
Yes, nakaregister
lang.
na ako.
Oo, yay!
Yay.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Hello! Hello, team! Ayan. Ayan. Thank you.
Okay,
Ayan.
thank you very much for watching. Sa taga Dumaguete, daghang kayong salamat sa inyong paglantaw sa live
Like and subscribe.
tonight.
Yes, magpipicture lang po ako. Yan, makalimutan ng lahat, wag lang picture. Smile! Ayan, pwede pong pa-heart. Hi, one.
Madali po kami kausap.
Sama ka. 1, 2, 3. Ayan, one more. Ayan, may natutunan na siya sa akin kakanood po ng K-drama. Miss Joseph, Miss Evelyn, Ate Carol, Miss Hazel, Miss Peachy. Thank you, Tech. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sana po hindi po kayo nag-ghostlead sa kanya. Thank you.
Napupuyat ka na ba, Miss Jen, manood ng K-drama?
Ay, ako, Miss Evelyn. Huwag mo na sabihin yan.
Panood
Ako,
nyo ngayon.
Hindi ko alam.
Supportive po ba siya?
Napaka-supportive po niya pag K-drama. Actually, yun yung me time ko. Nanonood ako mag-isa kasi ayaw niya akong samahan. So,
Hindi ako na nagpapatulog sa anak namin.
Oo, kasi nanonood ako. Tapos sasabihin ng anak ko, Mommy, when there's no more virus, which country do you want to go to? Korea or Japan? Of course, Korea, Mommy, right? Kasi, ayun na, sabi ko, anak, saranghe. Ayan na siya. Medyo malaki na po yung epekto sa akin ng Korean novela. So, ayan. Masaya naman ang buhay. Ayun. So, see you tomorrow. Sana po makasama kayo. So, meron po yun sa page namin. So, see ya. Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Good night po. God bless
Thank
po.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Joseph.
Thank you.